I apologize for the clickbaity type title of this video, but I am not intending to try to get a lot of viewers. I'm trying to draw attention to the fact that something that happened at the Midwest Gaming Classic to my copy, my personalized copy of Paprium that I kickstarted 10 years ago and finally got about 3 or 4 years ago, whenever it was. This story is sucky because usually I like coming out here and I talk about the Midwest Gaming Classic and all the great things that happened, the excitement, the fun, the connecting with other people, the gaming, all the events that happened. And I'm going to do that. I will do that on my Twitch streams on Tuesday and Thursday nights this week. That's my plan, is to go and yammer on about how awesome MGC was. But I have to do this one specific video first to tell you guys a story, first off. Here's the thing. For shitty things to happen to people, like, sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. Like resellers, they pump up the prices on games and then try to sell it off. Resellers or flippers, people that are flipping games, or people that are hoarding massive amounts of collections of games and then just like enjoying them on their shelves and stuff. Like, I get that. I get people being irritated with that shit. But like this is people that are staff, people that are volunteering in video game events, conventions, special events, nights at libraries, stuff like that. Like, when we buy these games that are very rare or hard to find or whatever, and then we bring them to events just to share with everyone else, bringing a game to an event that's probably not something you'd find at every event, not something you'd play every day, because not a lot of people own Paprium on the Sega Genesis. Like, I kind of feel like, aren't we kind of the good guys? Aren't we the people that are trying to share these games with everyone else? Why would you steal from someone? Why would you take a game? That doesn't make any sense to me. So here's what happened. MGC were setting up, and at the Midwest Gaming Classic, we locked down all systems and games inside of cages next to the TVs and stuff to prevent specific things like this of happening. Now, every year something winds up missing. A game or two gets misplaced or taken, a controller's pulled out. Little things like that happen. But this was an actual calculated, strategized event. This case, which is hilarious that I still have the case and everything for it, was sitting in a cage with a JVC Exi with a cartridge of Paprium inside of it. Now, one thing that we did not take into consideration is that you could technically, with the Exi, the way that it's set up, the cartridge slot is very close to one side versus being in the middle, like on a Genesis or even the Genesis 2 model. So you could have stuck, if you can get your hands around the edges, you can push the Exi to one side enough where the cartridge would probably be right on the edge there, and you could slowly jostle it up or quickly jostle it up and then get it loose and then pull it out. I'm assuming that's what happened because we were walking by. This is at 7 p.m. on Saturday night of the Midwest Gaming Classic. We walked by it at like 6:30. It was still there. The reason why I know it was there for a fact is because I was working on the controller port number 2. The controller 2 wasn't working. Something was finicky. I pulled the controller out. I put it back in. I blew in the connecting, and all of a sudden, boom, it was working just fine. Walked away. By 7:30, when we walked back around that area, the fucking game was gone. Like, it was just missing. Everything was locked up still. It's just the Exi was pushed all the way to one side. So, like, I want this to be kind of a PSA to game convention runners. I want this to be, just an informational video. Like, you have to be careful when you are displaying games that are, of course, of crazy, stupid value. Because this game is of crazy, stupid value now. And it's not something that I'm going to say, from now on, I'm not bringing anything expensive to like shows like the Midwest Gaming Classic or even 2DCon or EverCon up in the Wausau area. There's my empty case. That's great. Now I've got the handwritten number 988 out of 1998 with no cart. So that's, I guess, the announcement that I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to let everybody know is, like, if you happen to see a random Paprium come up loose on eBay or on auction sites, or if you're a vendor and you happen to find, a loose copy of Paprium come up out of nowhere, it's probably mine. It's probably the one that was stolen from the Midwest Gaming Classic. So if you have any information about this, I'm not expecting this to turn up. I'm not expecting it to be returned. I just want everyone to take notice of this, because from now on, when we do decide to display more expensive type games at gaming events, we're going to be locking it down a lot harder, and we're also going to be upping our security. So it's such a disappointment. I can't believe this happened. I'm so disappointed. But at the same time, it's information. It's a little bit of experience. We gain a little bit of experience every year, so now we know better for next time. But I'm just letting everybody know, if you see a loose copy of Paprium come up, please be, I don't know, who'd actually have a loose Paprium? Like, no one's splitting up this game and selling parts online, like instruction manual case, and there's probably one loose Paprium in the world right now, and it's for this case. I don't care if it comes back or not. I'm probably going to wind up replacing it eventually. But, like, seriously, guys, be better. If you're out there and you needed that copy of that game that bad to play it, fine. You obviously needed it more than I did, because I would never stoop to such a shitty level like that. If you needed it and you got it, fine. I hope you're enjoying it. I still got the loose little plate in the middle. I got that in my case too, so you don't have that one either. So if that loose copy comes up, and if the serial number matches my 988, it's hot, guys. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I can't believe it happened. It's sad. That's the only sad thing that really happened all weekend, though. I did have a Rock Band drum set get broken too, but that's pennies on the dollar to fix. This is something different. But all right, peace out, 5000. I'll see you guys on the Twitch streams, and I'll see you guys in future YouTube videos. Peace. Love you guys.